voice.
What are you doing? I was trying desperately to catch your stupid robot voice that you were trying to do.
My robot voice was amazing, and you know it.
Bleep blorp. I am the Bummer 9000, here to bum out anybody and everybody who dares to question my authority. Comply, citizen, or I will bum you out more. Sorry, I had to intro with that because
he was hiding that behind his back.
I know. I thought I was going to get away with something, but I didn't. Anyways, hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
And I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. And guys, we want to welcome you to episode 12.
12.
12, guys.
I know, listen, guys, now that we've made it into double digits, double DJs, I feel like
We're doing it.
we've made it.
We've made it. And so what we wanted to do is start out today with intros, because over the last couple weeks, we've picked up some new listeners.
Dozens.
So hi, guys.
Dozens of new listeners.
I wish.
Okay, well, sub-dozens of new listeners.
Handfuls of new listeners.
Dude, I'll tell you what, we're baker's dozens. That's what we need to be picking up.
Yeah.
Baker's dozens?
Yeah,
It's a
you guys.
Guys, that's 13.
Yeah.
It's one more. Is that because the baker drops a muffin?
I think he keeps one back for himself.
It's a little sneaky takeaway muffin.
That's right. Skim some off the top.
Skimming some, dude. Getting high on your own supply, Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee in these streets.
Okay, so Brandon, for our baker's dozens of new listeners, would you please would you please tell them a little bit about yourself? Because what I don't want these new listeners to do, I don't want this, guys, is to go back and listen to the first episode where we gave our intros.
Our first episode I thought was great.
It was a disaster. And so we're going to save you the time.
I disagree.
That episode went like this. Brandon introduces himself. 12 minutes later, Ashley introduces herself. And Brandon likes gum.
Yeah, well, all of it's true.
And then it ended.
And then that episode set us on a trajectory directly to orbit Sweet Mint Gum and the inevitable sponsorship that will float this podcast forever.
Man. Guys, we'll keep doing the podcast till we get sponsored by Orbit.
And then it's over.
And bye.
The minute they give us the gum, see you guys.
Peace and out.
Guys. No, so listen, here's my favorite thing. My favorite thing. Now, I'm not going to mess up your intro. I'm going to mess up part of it. I just pulled up the agenda that I just received, which, by the way, I received thrice, every single time messing up and being like, no, this is the one. I didn't even bother reading. I thought there was a fourth one on the way, a fifth, a sixth even. Anyways, guys, so here's what the intro says. Organized Ashley, Pastor Ashley. It says Ashley, and then it has a list of things beneath
No, don't get to those yet. We're doing the intros first. Longer intros for our new listeners.
Oh.
Who are you? What do you do?
We'll
get to the next thing in a minute.
I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
What do you do?
I like gum. That's what I do. I came here to do two things, my babies. Came to podcast and chew gum, and I'm almost out of gum, so let's get to podcasting.
So what do you do during the day, weirdo?
Type up agendas for this podcast. No,
you never have, and you never will.
I do.
Quit lying
I do
to
a
the
little
people.
bit of this, a little bit of that. I do some real estate. I do some music and such. So just a scattered shooter of all sorts of things.
And tell about your family.
I have a wife named Lindsay and a son named Ben, and we live here where the podcasting studio is.
You got any pets?
I do. I have 2 pets. I hate this new part of the format.
People need to know.
I don't know that they do.
They do. And he has 2 dogs.
Okay.
Who are they?
They're
Leo.
Tilly and Leo.
Leo's a Labradoodle.
He is.
Very high energy.
Yeah, he is.
And Tilly is 10,000 years old.
Yeah, she's the oldest dog on the planet.
Beagle.
She's the oldest beagle on the planet.
And so I'm Ashley Engle, and I am a wife to Jeff, and a mom to 3 kids, Harrison, Asher, and Hope. And we have 2 dogs as well, 2 doodles, 1 golden doodle, Happy, and 1 labradoodle, Coco. And I, during the day, am a pastor of spiritual formation at the Well Church here in Edmond. And that's me. Brandon has fallen asleep. But I think it's important every now and then when we get new friends to tell them about ourselves. So they don't have to listen to the train wreck that came before.
I'm going on record, guys, that I was ambushed with that longer intro bit. Now,
It's been on the agenda.
Yeah,
it was on 3 agendas.
I know, and that's too many. It's too much quantity. I can't get through 1 agenda, let alone 3, 4, 5. A baker's dozen. I can't do David. I can't get through a baker's dozen agendas. Agendai.
Agendai.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving to the next part because you were so excited about it.
Yeah. Well, listen. Here's the thing. What have we been up to this past? So the fact that I don't have any hand in this agenda, which I'm grateful for because I want nothing to do with it, there's always these really bulleted out parts for Ashley.
I don't want to forget anything.
Apparently, she can't function without having everything written out. Her life is a sermon. It's like asking people to stand, sit, please contemplate and reflect. Like, yeah, I saw Ashley one time at brunch demand that the waitress bow in prayer prior to taking her order. And then afterwards she said, the shrimp and grits, please, now. And
amen.
And make it snappy, amen.
That did not happen.
Well, I said it on the podcast.
Do you want to tell them what happened to me this weekend?
What happened to you?
The first point.
What's funny is that you act like that this just occurred spontaneously.
I looked in the mirror and it happened.
And boom, spontaneous bangs.
Guys, I got bangs.
Ashley has bangs.
I got them.
And you know, they look great.
They're good bangs.
Here's the thing about the bangs, about her bangs, about bangs in general, and these bangs in specifically is I'm looking at her. And she's got headphones on, and she's behind the pantyhose podcast cover, and the bangs seem to disappear behind the pantyhose. So as it turns out, you don't even look like you've got bangs at all right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, the reaction to the bangs has been mixed.
Clandestine bangs.
Clandestine bangs. So my kids were concerned.
Yeah.
Everyone voted. We took a family vote. Everyone said go bangs.
This is a pre-bangs vote.
Oh, it was planned. It's been planned. I've had bangs before, guys. I thought about cutting them on myself in the pandemic. Didn't do it, because there was so much pressure to not. And I should have, because they bring me joy, really.
Bangs do?
They do. They soften my features. It's a change.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Listen.
Thanks for being nice about them, because you know what I would have to do? Fight you.
I think that your bangs are bangs. You've got some bangin' bangs. And I think, listen, hey, here's the thing about them bangs, guys. I feel like your bang's your choice. I support your right to choose what you do with your bangs.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, can I say something about bangs in general?
Sure.
Bangs are really just a societally accepted female mullet. In a way, it's a real Arkansas waterfall you've got going on right there.
In reverse.
No,
really.
it's a forward facing mullet.
Guys, they're great bangs. They're normal, fine bangs.
They're Fashion Week in Milan mullets.
Okay.
They're Milanese mullets is what bangs
title.
are. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Milanese mullets. So my kids were concerned they wouldn't recognize me when I had the bangs. And so Hopi said, this is my daughter, she said, Mom, we need a password so that we'll know it's you. Mm-hmm. And I said, what's the password, Hope? And she goes, stretchy pants. And then she took the waistband of her pants and popped it.
Yeah, well, listen, here's the thing about that is
it made me laugh.
I don't think that we would be able to get away with that as a password in my house because I'd be saying that too much and I'd be doing that too much. I just walk out and I just go, stretchy pants. And I walk, pa. And I just let everybody know, Daddy's going to eat and he's got his stretchy pants. He's got his Easter jeans on.
Yeah.
That's what they're my ham-eaten denims is what they are.
Well, I should have told Ben, your son, the password because he saw me with my bangs at church.
Didn't like it.
He started walking backwards and he said, Who are you?
He screamed stranger danger in your face.
And I said, stretchy pants, Ben, stretchy pants. And he didn't get it.
It's a weird thing to say to a kid.
In the hallway of a church.
What is this wild-eyed, mulleted lady screaming stretchy pants at this innocent, wide-eyed child?
And I got called into HR, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
We sorted it out today, though. It's fine.
Yeah. You're on administrative leave. All thanks to your bangs.
That's right. But anyway, I did bangs. It's very exciting.
Ben, to be fair, Ben, if I like to go through cycles with my facial hair, guys. I like to grow a beard. I like to shave it into a mustache. Then I like to shave it down a mustache, which is essentially a facial mullet. I like to go through cycles. And every time I do a shave of a larger body of hair, I was going to say, that's a weird thing to say.
Yeah. Ew.
He always yells and runs from the room as if he does not recognize
Doesn't like
me.
change, that one.
He does not like change
Doesn't
at
like
all.
change.
No.
Okay, so what else have we been doing this weekend? Asher had a football game.
Asher did.
A non-division game.
Okay.
He's playing tackle for our new listeners. Okay. And he had a game at Booker T. Washington Stadium.
Sure.
Which when we used to play Booker T in high school.
They're the best marching band.
Of all time.
Oh, don't see more. Let me see you tootsie roll. And here come the trumpets. Saxophone. And then they come out and they do the Tootsie Roll.
Oh my gosh.
You know my favorite thing?
Unbelievable. The drum majors would be just...
My favorite thing is when
jealous.
they go down the line and everyone's doing the Tootsie Roll, which is essentially a reverse butterfly for all of you 1990s dance aficionados. But my favorite is when you get to the tubas and they're just struggling with that tuba trying to Tootsie Roll.
Those were the real winners.
Thank you for your service, tuba players.
Thanks, guys.
Of Booker T. Washington, because you have brought me joy for decades.
Let
me see you Tootsie Roll.
So good. I actually pulled up some videos of their band to show the kids before we went there. Let me tell you this about that game, guys. I've never been hotter in my life.
So hot.
So hot. We were on the visitor side, which Jeff was telling me. Did you know this? That they build the stadiums so that the visitors will be in the sun.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Where have I been?
You're this is not a hospitable environment. This is warfare. This is trenches. This is the gridiron, baby. We're getting out there. We're clanging and banging. We strap on the pads and we're
going to blow tubas in your face.
We play for glory.
Yes.
The winner gets all the Tootsie Rolls.
What if they just raining Tootsie Rolls from the sky?
Listen, I'm here for it. Here's the thing about a Tootsie Roll, though, guys. When you really think about it, what an absolute plasticine turd of a piece of candy that is.
The worst ones are the ones in the Halloween mix that aren't even chocolate.
They're not. They're like an orange Tootsie Roll. An orange Tootsie Roll. A naranjado Tootsie. Here's the thing. I have melted more than my fair share of Tootsie Rolls in my pocket in the dryer in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And
I've got those grease spots out.
I've got PTSD. I've got post Tootsie stress disorder.
Oh my gosh. PTSD is real. We're not making fun of it.
And so's a pocket full of Tootsie Rolls.
Sure.
So real.
Sure.
I've done it at least a baker's dozen times.
At least. But here's my question. What genius decided to make sports pants white? What genius decided that?
Probably someone who wanted to watch the footy football boys shake a tookus up and down the field.
They look sharp for one game.
Well,
and the person who came up with that idea is obviously not the person who does laundry for his or her family.
Do we think
what a horrible choice?
Do we think that the manufacturer of sport pants and Tide are cahooting?
Here's another conspiracy theory.
This is welcome back to the. Every episode, guys, we're going to have a conspiracy theory about what companies are in cahoots with each other.
Yeah. So far, we've got Hormel, and Ziploc.
And Ziploc, as we all know, nobody has really figured out how to perfect bacon packaging. No. And then now we've got what was it?
Like
sport pants. Who makes sport pants? Champion?
Sure. No. Shut
up. Listen.
That's what Asher's are.
I had Shut.
Tide or like Clorox.
Shut, Tide. Is this bigger? Mm-hmm. Is this bigger than just like a two of them?
It's a triumvirate.
Big detergent and big sport pants meeting biannually in an undisclosed location to discuss how we're going to screw the American people.
You know what would be great? And then someone's like, maybe it's time we give the people some brown football pants, brown baseball pants. Hey, and for the Oklahomans, reddish brown.
Right. Because that would make sense, right? Because we're getting the dirt, but that's not the thing, though, my babies. Because Tide and Clorox, they've got a stranglehold on this situation.
They don't care about us.
Stranglehold. Don't even get me started on the people behind Big Jockstrap.
Okay, yeah. Don't get anyone started on that.
Listen, here's my favorite.
No, don't talk about it.
My favorite is that they make different colors of a jockstrap.
So Crindy was telling me,
when someone wears a black jockstrap under a white sport pant. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's as if they either A, are geniuses and were like, check this out, I'm going to wear this black jockstrap under these white sport pants and you're all going to see my jockstrap. Or they're oblivious to the situation and they're just running around just black jockstrap, white sport pants.
Either way, it's great. So any of you who have...
Do you not want... To talk about jocks.
No,
Welcome back to Talking Jocks with Brandon Birdwell and Ashley Engle, where every week we're going to break down a different jock strap. Hey, everybody! I'm wearing a jock strap right now because podcasting is intense.
So Crindy was telling me her tips for keeping white sports pants clean. So if any of you have any tips, I need you to DM those. Send those our way because it's a disaster.
Do you know what the tip is? Use Tide. And now we're just feeding into the situation.
Tide's not enough. It's not enough.
Really? Mm-mm. What are you using? What are you adding? What are you doing?
I don't think that people want to hear about this. I'm just saying, send them my way.
What about for the jock straps?
Okay.
What do we do?
So what have you been doing this weekend?
It's the week.
Now?
Yeah. This weekend, what did I do this weekend?
Did you play anywhere?
I don't think, no.
You needed a break.
I didn't. We just kind of hung out. Went and did some recording with Michael Trepanier
and
yesterday. There it is, which is so funny because when I was with him yesterday, he says to me, hey, because he's a dear friend and a big time supporter of the podcast. He says, this is actually the first one I haven't been name checked in. And I said, did you check the show notes?
Yeah.
And he says, I don't even know how to check show notes.
Yeah.
So I pointed him to the show notes, which read, producer, will you pull up the show notes for me real quick so that I can have those handy? Over here, bud.
Get it together.
Yeah. No, could you do that for me? So it says, the title of the last episode is, I Rebuke Your Mouth Bones, Sir. And the show notes say, siblings Ashley Engle and Brandon Birdwell discuss life, chicken fried steak, Woodstock 99, complimentary dental work, which, by the way, we're going to revisit that in a little bit, Dr. Wilgus, Hastings, Abercrombie & Fitch, and they forget to mention Michael Trepanier, but they do it here, so Michael Trepanier. He got 4 name checks.
And he's getting a bunch of them now.
And, well, gosh, yeah.
This is Brandon's friend, dear friend.
Dear friend.
Local musician, recording studio owner, and all-around great guy. And we have to mention him at least once an episode. And
it's a requirement. It's not in the agenda, but we don't need it in the agenda.
We don't. We have it in our hearts.
Michael, you're on our heart's agenda.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you can't think of what you did this weekend, I want to tell some funny things that have happened as a result of the podcast. So there's this thing that Jeff calls raw skills. And it's skills that he imparts to our children that he thinks are necessary for success in life. But they're always skills that I don't love.
Skills to pay the bills is what they are.
Skills.
They're literally skills to pay the bills.
They might just be.
Jeff Engle, let me tell you something about Jeff Engle. That guy's got skills to pay the bills. Mm-hmm. He's got looks that won't quit.
He really does.
He's got body for days.
Oh my gosh.
And his brains, let me tell you something. He's a brainiac, that one.
He is.
He's a smart cookie.
Love you, Jeff.
You're all right, Jeff.
So the kids are getting some raw skills from the podcast. So the ones that they got so a couple episodes back, I can't remember the title of this one, but my dear friend Erin Moore called into our SpeakPipe page and did an impression. She left us a message as Gladys Rickenbacker, who is a character she used to play in high school, when we would call and prank the Depends hotline. Well, Harrison, my oldest, 14.
You can talk about adult diapers all you want, but the minute minute I say jockstrap, we've got an issue.
Harrison comes
They're all in the no-no zone.
Good grief.
It's all no-no zone garments, but one's for poo-poo pee-pee and one's for support when you're playing a sport. I'm just saying, sometimes maybe Depends and Shut need to get together and make a poo-poo pee-pee die for the sports. It's a jockstrap diaper for the athlete who needs support, but also has a fiery case of the scoots every time he or she takes the field.
So this totally feeds into what I'm saying. People have told us that their children listen, and we love it when kids listen.
We skew pretty immature with our audience.
And by we mean you.
Yeah, well.
And so our friends' kids are listening, and they're picking stuff up here. And so sorry for all of your kids.
Do you know what they're picking up here?
What?
Raw skills. That's what they're
That's
picking
what
up
I'm
here.
saying.
Yeah,
He goes,
it was amazing to watch
Mom.
you get excited when I actually said the thing you wanted me to say. Because your shoulders felt, you were crestfallen, as if I was going to say something inappropriate. And then when I actually fed into what you were trying to do, it was literally like a mother watching her child walk for the first time.
You did it.
Come on, pal, you're doing it. And then just in the next breath, I say something that's going to just throw you completely back into that previous place. It's amazing.
Okay, so that's one raw skill. Another thing is that your kid, Benny, has been running around going, redacted.
Dude, we got a lot of positive feedback about the redacted thing. And here's the thing.
It'll make another appearance.
Here's the thing, guys, is Ashley Engle was being a real piece of work during that segment, and I kept looking at her as if to say, hey, don't make me go back and stop and restart, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these lemons and I'm going to make redacted, and it's going to be, listen, here's what's going to happen. The moment that's going to win us that potty is the redacted moment.
Yeah.
Because we really did something there.
Did we?
I don't know.
We did it.
I mean, it made me laugh.
It made me laugh as well. So you heard at the beginning of the pod,
Cast.
Brandon doing a slide whistle.
I was. And guys, here's the thing. My commitment to you as valued listeners is not to abuse this power I've been given, because with great power comes great responsibility. If Aunt May from Spider-Man, we'll have to ask, oh God, that was the slide whistle hitting the microphone.
That's what you get. Perfect.
I feel like I need to have a handlebar mustache and ride in here on a unicycle.
So tell the people who gave us that.
But again, guys, I will not abuse this, I promise. Because the minute I was handed this unbelievably powerful tool, I said, well, this is where we lose every listener we've got. Because not only do I love a wacky sound effect, I have zero impulse control. And I have so Miss D, dear friend, sweet D.
Dear D. I work with D, and she's been a friend for years.
Brought me, and I'm not going to feature them all on this first episode.
No, we gotta keep the people in suspense.
I took this slide whistle to the studio yesterday and pulled it out and used it to unsuspecting people. And Michael Trevanier said, do you seriously keep a slide whistle on you all the time? And of course, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Well, now I do. But yes,
Make it into a
Miss
necklace.
D has officially become our official sound effects sponsor, because not only has she gifted me this slide whistle, which it's weighty. This is
quality.
She did not go kids' toy slide whistle.
No,
She went
this is not Oriental Trading Company.
This is like guy who has a slide whistle.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's exactly what it is.
Have you met Brandon? The slide whistle guy? Oh, man. I was really wanting to ask him on a date. So I won't do it anymore this episode, I promise.
And when he does it, guys, he opens his eyes the widest they'll go, and his eyebrows go up.
Because the minute the slide whistle starts to slide, my babies, I am transported to a land of whimsy.
Yes.
And excitement. And I don't know what to do with myself. But listen here, guys, she brought me multiple sound effects things.
Yeah.
None of which I will abuse, I promise. And I actually used one of them during that recording session yesterday, like for real. It made it on the track.
No way. So be listening
Stay
for
tuned
that.
for that, guys.
Hey.
Anyways, yes, so amazing. Thank you so much, Miss D. I think, guys, Dr. Wilgus...
Dr. Wilgus is our official dentist.
Mia and family, the Rays, Ms. D, all of you. I think we need to follow the example of these people and give us stuff.
Give us stuff. We'll feature it on the pod.
Guys,
we'll eat it. We'll review it.
We will eat it. We will review it.
We'll promote it.
We'll promote it. We will not pay anyone for anything because
Not a cent.
We started this podcast not to make money, but to get stuff. I want
to make people happy.
Happy enough to give us stuff.
That's it.
Guys, I feel like if I say stuff enough, it just magically shows up. Like I referenced the slide whistle, so I don't know, like
manifest
like a Subaru Forester.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
you need a new car.
I do. I got back the estimate today.
Uh-oh.
It's not totaled, which so I have to maybe go back to Hutto, Texas to pick it up. I don't know. I'm still working on it, guys.
What a thing. Listen to the last episode to hear about that debacle.
But don't listen to the first one because I'm
It's bad, guys.
It's not bad. Here's the thing, guys. It's just you got to crawl before you walk before you run before you fly.
And it'll be fun sometime in the future to go back and trace the journey. I'll tell you what, I'm not the same person I was when we recorded that first episode.
Yeah, you've got bangs now.
I got bangs. I got a Milanese mullet.
I got a Milanese mullet, and I'm just out here taking on the world. I'm not the same guy, you guys. I've got a slide whistle.
Why is that so funny?
Oh man, because I'm pushing 40 and I'm so excited about a slide whistle.
It's the best. Dee, you don't know the joy that you've brought.
I think she does because I said it into her face for 30 minutes straight. I said to her...
Over a cup of coffee in the church lobby.
I kept walking up and down with it and just...
I thought listen, I fully expected in staff meeting today at the church for our pastor and dear friend Meredith to say, what was happening in the lobby? Did someone have a horn?
She's making, like, she's hitting really, like, poignant moments in her sermon.
Yes.
And she says something that she's like, this is the moment. I've got the people right here in the palm of my hand. We're going to do it. And then just... rip.
And then it doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop.
The whole service.
Guys, listen, here's the thing. For you guys and your benefit, I abused the dickens out of that thing when I first got it so that once I got on here, I would only use it as necessary.
We've only done it, I think we're up to 3.
And that's fine. Feels like enough.
That's good.
For now.
It's not, we'll hear it again today. Most definitely.
If there's one thing you should know about me, don't tell me not to do a thing because I'll do the thing, but don't tell me I'll do a thing because I won't do that thing because I'm defiant.
Yeah.
And I like it that way.
Sure. So I got to tell you, I was driving around the other day and I saw a minivan.
You used to have a minivan.
Well, I know.
It's a Honda Odyssey.
It was. And on this minivan that I saw, there was a bumper sticker and it said, I used to be cool. And it made me laugh.
Can I tell you something?
What?
The person that puts the I used to be cool bumper sticker on the van didn't used to be cool. Was never cool.
Apologies to all of our listeners who have that bumper sticker on the back of their minivan. I'm not going to go back up.
No, that's because it's a sad thing. That's what Steve Dancause said. Steve Dancause said,
friend Steve.
He said, if something sad happens, that like a cold hand, sad face, but a warm heart brings it back up.
It's good.
And I've already blown it multiple more times. I have zero impulse control.
Hey guys, for those of you playing podcast bingo, I think we're up to 6.
Golly, I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I promise that I will not.
Till the end. We'll let you have one at the end.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. At the end of the Orbit Sweet Mint, you can blow it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That feels like a compromise. Guys, you hear what that was? That was Ashley Engle suggesting a compromise and her difficult to work with brother accepting it just without missing a beat. Now, if you listen to the last episode when I had to put redacted in there, somebody who will remain nameless but not bangless, decided that she was going to argue with me. And she almost, guys, she almost derailed that episode. Episode 11 almost went up in flames. Episode 11 almost turned into chorizo Fritos. It was almost a burnt sock full of butts. And it was all because of Bangy Magoo over there.
This seems like a good time to direct our new listeners to our social media. We're on all the platforms at CHWH Pod, guys, and we do chip reviews. And the last one we did, the Fritos, the chorizo chipotle.
Did you just Chipotle?
Chipotle.
I love when people call Chipotle.
Right.
I'm going down to Chipotle to get myself a burrito. I want some guacamole. Give me some sprinkled cheese. I want the pico de gallo and I want the sour cream. I want you to put some lettuce on it. I want the
Kern.
I want the Kern salsa. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I know that the guacamole costs extra, but I work hard and I deserve it. And I'm taking it home to my family and we're going to have a feast of a burrito from Chipotle.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Sponsor us, Chipotle.
Sponsor us, Chipotle. We love your barbacoa.
Can I tell you something? Yes, we do.
Delicious.
Can I tell you something? Chipotle, you don't even need to sponsor us full blown. Just free guac when we come in.
Yeah,
Give me
that's
a free
all we need.
Guac for life. Mm-hmm. Guac for life.
Yeah.
You know?
You got a card carrying guac gal.
Uh-huh.
What?
A card carrying guac gal with a Milanese mullet.
Title.
I mean, there's a lot to unpack in that one.
Just the most confusing ever. Okay, so I saw this bumper sticker on the minivan, and it reminded me of my minivan days.
Back when you used to be cool.
Back when I used to be cool. I know this was after when I used to be cool, but guess what? I am now cool again.
Again, I don't know where you're getting this information. Producer, are you feeding this to her in her ear?
I need you guys to stop it immediately.
I need you. Listen, this is not delusional playtime. We're not going to talk about when you.
Okay, so what this did, guys, is it got me thinking about vehicles that I've had in my life. And so there's some funny stories with these vehicles, I think. And I was thinking back about my first car. And it was a Mazda MX-3, little white Mazda MX-3, and it looked like an egg.
It did look like an egg.
And I called it the egg. And I was
You don't say.
You don't say.
Who are the ad wizards who came up with this nickname?
Right. And it was a little sporty gal.
Listen, you're not built for like a two-door.
No. I had to fold myself into it.
You're just
lanky.
You're just elbows and knees and sharp edges. That's all right. You are.
But this car, it had a back seat, but it might as well.
You're a human made of ribs. You're a human made of ribs on stilts that you can barely operate.
Who has flippers for feet.
You should have a slide whistle playing behind you everywhere you go.
My gosh.
You shouldn't.
I've gone through life feeling like olive oil, and you're not helping.
You shouldn't talk to me about anything except slinkies and kazoos. You are an absolute walking carnival.
Feeling so good about myself, guys. You have no idea. You know what, though? Back at the beginning of this podcast, you know what? You were nicer.
Was I?
A little bit.
The beginning of this episode, or when?
No, the podcasting journey.
Here's the thing. I was just trying to figure out how to talk into a microphone back then. But we've come so far, 12 episodes.
I can say what I want.
You've got bangs. I've got a slide whistle. We've got our own
we got
a producer who does nothing.
But he's here.
We've got a dentist. We've got a sound effects sponsor. We've got Chelps.
Yeah.
We've got the whole thing, baby.
We got the world.
Soon we're going to have diaper jocks. It's going to be, we are literally crushing this pod game.
Let's talk about your first car, your first vehicle.
It was a forest green.
Yes.
Eddie Bauer edition Ford Explorer with a disco ball hanging from the rearview mirror and a hula gal on the dash.
Sure.
And we bought it out of the Consumers IGA parking lot.
Yes.
It's a Sprouts now because Stillwater's on the come up.
Right.
But it was the IGA parking lot, and bought the.
We called it the Eddie.
Again. The egg and the Eddie. Here we are, just geniuses naming stuff. We did.
Because
you know what?
all
We did used to be cool.
Right? What happened?
Gosh, I remember when, this is actually really fun. Not doing a podcast with you. What I just thought of is really fun.
Okay.
But this actually plays into what I'm reading, listening to, or playing, or watching, because this is actually a group that I've been listening to a lot lately, strangely. But I remember going to Audio Midwest.
Oh, yeah.
And before I even drove the car, I saved up my money and I bought myself a CD deck.
Yeah.
That you put in, because the car didn't come with it. I didn't have a changer. You had the changer because you were bougie like that.
Yeah.
I put the CD deck in, and I remember I got dropped off there on my 16th birthday. I got in my car, and I was like, how do I bring in this occasion? How do I let the world know that I'm 16, I'm behind the wheel of an Eddie Bauer edition Ford Explorer?
And I'm cool.
And I'm cool, baby. Someday I won't be, but right now, ooh, brrr, brrr, go touch a cucumber and get on my level, babies, because I'm cool as can be. So I got in the car and I thought, what do I put in here? What do I put in here to let all the babes know that I'm on the prowl?
Yeah.
Got my big giant CD book that you had to flip through.
It's a wonder
I still have it.
Didn't crash more often looking through those things.
Don't give me grief about someone flipping through an iPod. I was literally looking through an Encyclopedia Britannica of compact discs.
And they weren't alphabetized.
Yeah, they were.
Were yours?
By band, yes.
Mine weren't.
Yeah, well, that's because you are a Philistine and don't appreciate music. But listen.
Continue.
Proceed. Guys, I got in the car. I flip through. And I get to the B's and I go, I know what I need.
Yeah.
Pop it in. Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. And I rolled those windows down.
Yeah. Good choice.
Oof,
Did you go down campus? Did you go down university?
I didn't, because I was actually on my way to catch the football bus to go to a football game, and I was late. And I actually pulled up late and got heckled by all the upperclassmen getting on the bus.
Yeah,
but you know
what what they did is they heard what song you had blaring, and they were like,
"No,
he's cool."
They all looked at me and they went, "Oh dang, Birdwell can drive."
Yeah,
and then they nodded their heads. They were like, "He's one of us.
Beastie Boys.
He's one of us now. He's a man with a plan."
Driving that 4-screen Eddie.
Oh snap! Is that the one from in front of the Consumer's IGA? Nice.
Birdwell landed that,
dude. He copped the IGA Explorer. I've been eyeballing that joint for weeks.
That whip.
I've been trying to see if they'll drop the price tag on that whip, baby, because I just need it. I gotta have it. It's got a wood paneling on the side.
It did.
Ooh-wee.
It was slick.
Dude, can you imagine?
The freedom those vehicles represented.
Think about this.
A gift.
Think about pulling up to the Sonic. And I want a Route 44.
Yeah.
And a chili cheese dog.
You know what I had blaring?
What?
Strawberry wine. I went through a big country phase in high school. Listen, driving the egg, windows down, summer night, strawberry wine.
Stillwater wind whipping through your bangs.
I didn't have bangs back then.
Yeah,
Remember, I used to be cool.
You've changed a lot.
I've changed.
You've changed a lot.
You've really changed since you got bangs. So then another vehicle that I was reminded of.
You've really changed since you got bangs. It's a pretty funny title.
It's a really good title. And not food related. Look at us.
How about, look at us.
We really have changed. Look how far we've come.
Stretchy pants.
Stretchy pants. Snap.
Snap.
So another car that I thought of was Victor Victorious.
I don't remember.
Because all vehicles must have a name. This was a car that Jeff drove right after we were married. He was in a sales position, and he was given a silver Crown Victoria.
Yeah.
Large car.
Yeah.
Large. Spacious.
Undercover cop car.
Listen, that's what I was going to say.
Baby blue, if I remember correctly.
Silver.
Okay, well.
Yeah, undercover.
It's true. It's not. You don't go rolling in a baby blue.
No.
Cop.
No, but listen, we would get on the highway and mess with people. And I cannot tell you how many people would see us and slow down immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then we'd wave
Crown Vic.
Two young newlyweds. Hey.
It's not anymore, but a Crown Vic used to.
Oh yeah.
Used to strike fear into the hearts of a juvenile delinquent.
Yeah, and you know what Jeff and I did? We abused that power.
You did. We actually bought a fake siren. we impersonated the police all over town. I'll tell you this right now, I didn't pay for guac even once. Free guac for cops. Thank you for your service.
Oh my gosh. Do you have another interesting vehicle that you want to talk about before I get to the crescendo of mine?
No, I mean, I've gone through some. I drove Jeff's hail-damaged Honda Civic for a while.
Yes,
because
you did.
he let me, because he's a mensch.
It's a good man.
He's a good mensch. He's a real mensch. Jeff, hey, you're a mensch, pal.
Love that guy.
We do. He's such a mensch. But the thing about Jeff is he loaned me that car, and Jeff is also a very fiscally responsible character.
Yeah.
So he bought that
It's a good
thing
steward.
off the lot, so hail damaged already. Like it didn't get hail damaged once in his possession. He walked onto the lot and he said, "Look at all these pristine, smooth, beautiful cars. Give me that one."
It was also natural gas.
Yeah, it was.
Car.
So not only was it saving him for a costly petroleum, it also was a hideous.
It was his commuter car.
It was till he loaned it to me, and then I drove it. It was amazing. Sorry, what's your big?
So my crescendo is Fanny the Vanny.
Yeah, the Honda Odyssey.
The Honda Odyssey. Guys, if I could tell you the things that went on in that minivan, like. This story came to mind. So one time my mother-in-law booked a photographer, an incredible photographer, to take family portraits of my mother and father-in-law and then our family, Jeff and I and the 3 kids. And I used to travel in Fanny with the frog potty in the car because you never know. You never know. And if you're in pickup line, okay, Brandon, you're biting your lip.
Mm-hmm.
He's really trying hard to not. And I don't know why we always get here. I push us to the edge and then you just run. You're like a lemming over a cliff.
Yeah, I am.
Just running. Punched it.
Here's the thing. I talk about the poo-poo pee-pee and you hit your mic all the time.
I just
come
punched the
unplugged.
microphone accidentally. But anyway, so we were taking these photos and Asher was not feeling well. And every time I see these photos, I just remember that we would snap a few shots and he was like 3 and he's like, "Mom, I gotta do." And he'd just take off running back to the car, frog potty in the van, run back out, take a couple more shots, run back to the frog pot. And I used to be cool, guys.
Sounds like he was running,
Used to be cool.
being athletic,
Yeah.
and he had the scoots.
Full circle moment.
So maybe Asher Engle needed a Depends jock strap.
Okay. But anyway, guys, there are a lot of things I miss about Fanny the Vanny. So many things.
She was luxurious. I rode to Colorado in the back of her, or back from Colorado, and it was luxury. Luxury cruising.
DVD player.
Flipping through the giant book of DVDs.
Yes. DVD player. So I can't even, like 27 cup holders. Fanny the Vanny had a cooler.
One frog potty.
Frog potty? That was not factory.
No, that was the upgrade. That's the SLE edition.
Yes.
Fanny the Vanny with the mobile toilet.
That's right. And then she had a cooler in the dash. You could put drinks in there and they'd get cold.
That feels like it encourages negative behaviors.
You think so?
I don't know.
Listen, parents, man, survival mode.
I suppose.
Anyway, so that was just funny. Now I have Gunner the Forerunner. I got Gunner.
I have Lou Diamond Phillips, but he's been
He's
damaged.
been damaged.
I
didn't know his name was Lou Diamond.
Well, because he came after the completely dented up Edward James Olmos.
Oh, okay. No. That was your final one. You can't have your last one.
I don't need it.
Oh, cars have to have names though.
Yeah, they do.
Jeff's car is the Tom Cruiser.
It's a super cool car. Mm-hmm. It's a babe magnet. If I'm a babe.
If I'm a babe, it's working.
I'm hopping in. Take me. Where are you going? Where are you going, Poppy? Because I'm coming along.
Just blaring Beastie Boys.
Dude, while we're at it, Do you have a frog potty in here? Because I forgot my garments.
Okay, what have you been watching, reading, or listening to this week?
So I actually had to just go back and say, hey, what have I been watching? Mm-hmm. I had to axe.
Yourself?
Nope.
Crimsy?
Yeah.
Rimsey?
Rimsey. God, the time we got pizza and she said, it's for under Lindsay. And then they wrote on the box, Rimsey, as if to say, someone ever has been named Rimsey. R-I-M-Z-Y.
And you sent a picture of it to everyone.
Yeah, because it was absurd.
It's amazing.
Hot pie for Rimsey. Pizza for Rimsey. But we started watching, and I think it's called Welcome to Wrexham. It's
Welcome to Rimsey.
Rimsey. It's called Welcome to Wrexham, I think. But it's about, didn't even think about this. It's about Ryan Reynolds, guys. And Rob McElhenney, who created It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
They come together and they purchase an English, or it's a Welsh, but football club, soccer team.
Oh, that's
and it's
fun.
them coming to town trying to help. The town is really centered around this team, and it's like them trying to rejuvenate that thing. And it's like I'm 2 episodes in. It's riveting. It's amazing because they don't know football. They're just excited about the idea.
It sounds Ted Lasso-ish.
It kind of is,
Is
but
that,
it started.
Are we copycatting?
But it started before Ted Lasso. I think they started buying the team before Ted Lasso came out. But it kind of works out in their favor.
Okay.
But it's really worth a watch. So far, so good.
What's that on?
It is on Hulu. I want to say.
Okay.
Hulu. But listening to.
Beastie Boys.
I've been listening to the Beastie Boys, and I listen to the Beastie Boys because I love them so much. And the documentary on the Beastie Boys I think it's on Apple TV Plus is amazing. It's like a live stage show where 2 of them talk through their history. It's amazing.
Ooh.
Such a fun watch. I also started listening to Bon Iver because I like to listen to Bon Iver when the weather gets cold, and I'm trying to nudge
cold weather
trying
music.
to nudge the weather.
Same. I have that in my warm heart.
Yeah, my buddy Cody, dear friend Cody,
Dear.
huge idiot Cody. He always
Cody.
He's
That's
coming
not true.
He's coming to town to play with us next Friday, with Grady Spencer and the Work, who we found out Grady listens to the podcast,
Hi,
which
Grady.
I cannot tell you highest praise because Grady Spencer and the Work, follow them on Instagram.
Listen to their music.
Yes, their music's amazing, and he's hilarious.
So funny.
He's the funniest. Anyways.
Shout out.
Anyways. Cody started watching Halloween movies 2 weeks ago.
Hope has been trying to get us to.
That's psycho behavior.
So early.
Stop it.
Early.
Stop it. And what's funny is
I'm with Brandon on
when
this,
it's
Cody.
Halloween, you know what Cody's going to be doing?
Watching
Listening to
Christmas
Christmas movies, like music movies. Idiot. All right, sorry. What are you reading, watching, or listening to?
Okay, guys, I talked last week about Blackbird. If any of you had started watching this,
Somebody posted it on our socials.
Yeah, people are watching it. Guys, I both want to.
You said that like we had something to do. People are watching it. Like we created Blackbird and people are watching it.
What we say matters.
God, it so doesn't.
It really doesn't. So, people, listen, what if everybody went out and ate the chips that we hate and did not watch the shows that we love?
It's literal reverse psychology.
It's reverse. You know what people are doing right now?
Dude,
not getting bangs.
God, this lady single-handedly killed bangs as a trend.
Forever.
Get ready to see full faces framed in hair. The Rachel's coming back.
Totally.
Feathered, chopped up, no. The Natalie Imbruglia cut's coming back, but not bangs. I'll tell you that right now. You know why?
Because we have a baker's dozen.
This van driving lady who used to be cool got bangs. The lady with the frog potty cut her hair into a frame. The lady, the pastor from the pulpit got bangs.
Listen, all of these descriptors of me just are the worst.
The long-limbed, bang-wearing Mama 3. Flipper-footed Mama 3.
With a mullet.
From the heartland with a mullet.
Washing baseball pants.
Shying away from jockstrap humor. Just
Listen,
a real hip
said
lady. Went
I
through a
used to be
country
cool.
music phase in high school when she used to be cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Engle.
Hey guys, glad to be here.
The hostess with the mostess.
You are the worst.
That's
so
fair.
Blackbird, I mentioned it last week. For those of you who've started watching it, all of you, I both want to say you're welcome and also I'm sorry. I don't know that I've ever watched a show that was so unsettling. Which tells you that, first of all, the acting's phenomenal. B, you're stretching and cracking.
Cracking jokes.
B, the subject matter is tough.
Okay.
But also, wow, it's compelling. So you're welcome and I'm sorry, but I'm watching
Watch this hard to watch thing.
Right?
Yeah.
So then I watch that and then I have to do a palate cleanser. Well, I stumbled into Selling the OC.
Ugh.
It's so bad.
I feel like
It's so bad.
Yeah, I won't talk
but I
about
fell asleep to it and I didn't have bad dreams. Whereas if I had fallen asleep during Blackbird, nightmares would be assured.
Yeah, when I wake up screaming, thanks,
Stop it.
All right.
So Crindy has a review, not of a show, not of a movie, not of a restaurant. This time, it's a store.
Oh.
A store in Oklahoma City.
Is it TJ Maxx?
No. Crindy and I went to lunch the other day, and we had a few minutes afterwards, and she was like, my friend has told me about this store in Oklahoma City called Metro Merch. Metro Merch.
Okay.
It's in South OKC. When I say the phrase bargain bin.
Oh, swap meet, bargain bin.
Listen, doesn't even begin to describe. We walk in, nothing's on hangers. Nothing is displayed nicely. What it is a bunch of stuff that's been returned to Amazon and purchased in bulk.
Sure.
Just random nonsense.
Listen, it's a business.
And like overstock clothes. I'll tell you what, though. Crindy and I found some things.
Okay.
And here's what Crindy said about it. If it were fancier, we would call it metropolitan merchandise. But it's not.
But it's not.
It's not for the faint of heart or for anyone without hand sanitizer or any pride in themselves.
Oh gosh.
And she said, it's also the only place in town where you can buy first-run underwear, maybe,
Dude.
and socks for $0.25.
Dude, you know we've got a place that's going to sell our Depends jock.
Totally. And then she said,
Sponsor us, Metro Merch.
Sponsor us, Metro Merchandise.
No one has
Metropolitan.
any pride in themselves. Sponsor us, Metro Merch.
But then she said, that being said, I'll go back.
Yeah, totally.
And I will too, because you know what I got? Yard flags and tea towels for most holidays. And some dry fit shirts for my son.
We call those essentials.
That's right.
We call those raw skills.
So, Orbit Sweet Mint Challenge. You want to read that for us? This is a good one.
This is from Maggie Waugh, dear friend
Dear
from way
friend.
back. For my money, it doesn't get any better than these wordsmiths. Oh, she's talking about me. I'll happily listen to this weekly with my kids, per their request. Their ages 13, 11, and 8. Far too many progeny. I know, Brandon. Yes, thank you, Maggie, for your self-awareness. Not thank you for contributing to the overpopulation issue, but thank you so much for your self-awareness. And I'm surprised at how often this witty pair's hysterical stories, throwback references, and charming sibling shaming are brought up in our daily life. Be it the trapper keeper we saw whilst, I love her use of whilst.
Yeah. She's a wordsmith.
Taking on the dreaded back-to-school supply shopping. Solidarity, Ashley. Nice.
Thanks.
Having to explain what pantyhose are. Or them doing bad, possibly offensive impersonation of the Spanish taxi driver. Okay.
Flashback to episode
Once
like 2 or 3.
in an unknown area, we pulled up to the phone navigation to a restaurant options to find Fat Nat's eggs. You can't make this stuff up. And my daughter immediately said, that guy from the podcast, this guy, would love that place. Love that so much. We're sweeping the nation and the youths.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like I've gone back to my childhood with your jocular repartee. It's an absolute delight.
High
and
praise.
You don't even have to give me gum to say that. We will, though.
Good, because you live far away and we don't pay
Love
postage.
you both, my dear friends. Give a shout out to Maggie's kids. Oh, are those stage directions?
They're in italics.
Maggie's kids. Check it out. Here's you ready for it?
Yeah. Here we are.
Whoa, whoa.
Shout out to Carter, Gray, and Lawson. Hi, guys.
That's below the stage directions.
Yeah.
Stash directions.
Stash. So, guys, this week we want to issue a warm heart challenge. We have a SpeakPipe page where you can record up to 90 seconds of audio, no more. At speakpipe.com/coldhands_warm hearts. You can find that linked in our bios.
https://
God, you do this every time you confuse people. We have new listeners. They don't know.
They know how internet works. They used to be cool.
Okay.
But then they started listening to our podcast. And, guys, we're just bringing you all down.
What's your warm heart?
This happens every day, but I thought about it today, and I love it. Every time I drop Benny at school, I say to him, what are our 2 words? And he says, kind and confident. And I say, what does that mean? And he says, be nice and believe in yourself. And I say, why? He says, because it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And then we do what we call snoochie boochies, where we go with our fingers and give each other like a little secret handshake. So that today I thought about.
You've done that for a long time.
Yes, that's every single day at school. So that's my warm heart. And you guys will be surprised. That's an actual warm heart.
Yeah. My heart is warm.
Top that, idiot.
Can't. I was going to do a callback to prepping for cold weather. I've been trying to usher it in myself. And we've had some really lovely evenings at home as a family. We've had a lot of rain. It's been dark outside, not cold yet, even though you look outside and you think it's cold.
We're still in the 90s.
Totally. But you know what I've been doing? Jeff and I last night, we split a pumpkin ale.
Oh, so you're kind of on the Cody train.
We're trying to usher it in, lighting fall candles.
Okay, I'm here for that.
And doing some cold weather recipes.
Oh, we should have a recipe segment.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to Basic Chick Podcast, where everything has pumpkin spice in it, guys.
We're going to do a pumpkin spice challenge. I don't know what that is yet.
Well, if anybody will come up with it, you will. All right, are we wrapping it up, producer? Okay, cool. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, Pumpkin Spice, where we bring the most basic recipes, the most basic bangs. Follow us on the socials. Give us a shout out. Give us a review. Share with your friends. Guys, share with your friends when you need it. All right. Have a good day.
Bye.